Okay. So I will not want to I will not want to jam pack you with different books or materials. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So these are just the 4 things that we will be making use of. I'm very sure that we all know about Google. Like, if you have any issue along the line, you can just go online and just type it as it comes to your mind. Then we will also be using YouTube too. So I have highlighted 2 channels that will actually help you, and you can also discover more like by yourself. So, but the most important thing is we actually need to focus, because there are lots of things, lot of channels online, and if you actually don't really stick to a particular one, it might just be like disorganizing oneself. And for this class, I've actually written out these 2 ones: the Net Ninja and Free Code Camp. So you can just go to your YouTube and just browse these 2. Then we will also be using W3 School, just like Mr. Olorunfemi has said. That is actually what the site is. It is actually, I just want to share. Okay. So you can just go online and type W3 School, and you can register so as to track your progress as well. So we'll be starting with HTML, after which we will move to CSS and then JavaScript. So then Stack Overflow too. It is it's just like a question and answer site where you can just go to and type questions that, of course, that you need answers to. And most of the questions on your mind, they are like they have already been answered. So what we will just be doing today is intro to HTML, the elements and the tags, the HTML attributes, the HTML docs, and and everything that you can see right on my screen now. Can you still see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Okay. Page on your laptop. And then create a new folder. I don't know if I can share my Windows screen because
Hello, Twin.
Sir?
So you can just reshare your entire screen so that you can move in between windows.
Okay. That is what I want to get. If I can just share all.
Okay.
All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so you can just go to your desktop page, just like I'm doing now. Just right click, then create a new folder. So you can give it any name. I'll just give it HTML basics. So it is always good to put everything in a folder so that it will be well organized. So then you will now right click here. If you have installed your VS Code, then you will see open with code. So if you click, it will automatically open your folder in VS Code. Then another thing that you can do is just come right here. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
I just type code. Okay. No, sorry. You type CMD. So it will open a command prompt and you can now type code. Code means VS Code. So it will also open it for you, just like this. So now you can now create a new file.
So, please, I'm lost too. Please, I'm lost.
The video is actually being recorded.
Okay.
So you will, yes. So you will get it after the class. Okay. So you will click on file, then click on add new file. Click on new file. Then you will now type the name of the file. We normally use index as the root file, and you will save with the extension HTML. I don't know why that one didn't work. Okay, index.html. Okay. So, what is HTML? It stands for hypertext markup language. So from the word hypertext, it means it is not just a normal text. And markup language means there are specific marks that you will need to write, which the browser will interpret. So I have opened the W3 schools now. So the HTML describes the structure of the website. Just like if we want to build a house now, you know, just building it without plastering it, without doing all those things, just like doing the skeletal work alone. That is what HTML is in web development. So, and it consists of series of elements that tells our browser how to display the content. So, an element is just everything starting from the first tag to the end tag. So this is what I mean. Let's say HTML. This is a tag. A tag was in between these two signs, the lesser than and the greater than sign. I want to increase my font so that you can see this well. So now, if we put anything in between this, let's say this is my first page. So everything between this start tag, this is what we call the start tag, and the end tag is what we call HTML elements. So hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so let us move to HTML attributes now. Okay, before we move to HTML attributes, there is what we call HTML documents, which is known as the boilerplate. Now, so the very first thing that we normally write is this doc type. You know, it tells the browser the type of documents that we are using, which is HTML. And so the next thing is the HTML tag itself, and then the body tag. So inside the HTML tag, that is where we write all our HTML code, and we will start with the head tag. After the HTML, then we have what we call the head tag. And inside this head tag is our, if like we are going to put inside this head tag all the information about this our web page. So there's what we call the meta tag, which tells us all the information about this website. Hello. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to open the head tag in the W3 school. So inside the head tag, we have the title and then links too. Okay, let me just leave out this meta for now. We will still come back to it. So let me just start with right now. If you are using VS Code, it makes the work much more simpler for us. If you type the name of any tag, like now, it will bring it out. And if there is anyone that you can't recollect, you can just scroll through it, or if there's anyone that you need, you can just scroll through it. So now the title contains the title of our web page. So now let me just type introduction. Now this one is not show on the web page, but it will show on the title bar of our web page. But everything inside the body tag, that is what we show whenever we open our browser. So now we also have the H1 tag. We will still talk more about it. It is called headings, and it is from H1 to H6. Open to HTML. So now, if we want to run this code, you can just come to the sidebar, right click on it, then you copy the path, then you now open your browser, and you will just paste it there. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
If there is anything that you don't understand, you can as well ask. I hope we're on the same page. So now, this introduction part, this is where it normally shows inside the browser, and everything that we can see, like from this welcome to HTML, everything here is what we call the body, which is always inside this body tag. And as well, inside this head tag, we also add our links, links to other web, to other web files that we have right inside this folder, and online ones too. So there's what we call attributes, and these attributes gives us more information about the HTML elements that we are working on. So we have the href too for this link tag. So for each of those HTML elements, they have their own attributes. So now for this link, it has so that by the time I type what I want, this V code is just break up, and you will not have to be typing everything. So by the time you just type, if it brings it out, you just click on enter, and now attributes, it is just like name and value pairs, just like you can see is the name, and whatsoever that is in between these double quotes, that is the value. So these href attributes, it is just a reference to another file. It can be in this, it can be inside this your folder or outside of it. So now, okay, now let's move to HTML comments. So in every programming language has a way we can comment out what we don't want, though it is still in our code, but it's not run. So in HTML, this is how we comment any code that we don't want. Actually, comments tells us about the code we like, what we are doing. If we write a lot of codes, you know, if you want somebody to read, these comments tells us what we are to do at that particular time. So we should always remember to save, because if I will just try to run it will not show. So no, if I try to refresh this page, you will see that what I commented out did not show. So that is just what comments is all about. Then, okay, now let's move to the major elements that we will normally use, like the ones that we use frequently. So, like I put here, we have the headings, we have the paragraphs, then the links, the images, lists, table, and forms. So for the headings, it is from H1 to H6. So this is H1. Then we have the H2. So whenever we open any tag, let us always remember to put the closing tag. H2. Heading 3. Heading 1. So the biggest one is the H1, like it has the biggest font. Heading 2. Heading 3. Then instead of copying and paste on this VS Code, there are a lot of short keyboard keys that we can use. Now to duplicate this line, this H3, we can just do Alt Shift, then the arrow down key. So just shrink down to H4. So let me just save this one. And refresh the browser. As you can see, the H1 comes with the largest font size, and the H6. Okay, I just duplicated this without changing all these things. So let's move to the next one, which is the paragraph element. So it is represented with the P tag. So this is where you can write any of your paragraphs. Now, so if I save now, and I check my browser and I refresh, as you can see, it will just show just like our normal paragraph on another line. So let's now move to the link tag. Links. So we normally use the A tag. For our link tag. Link means that it will link us to another page. So the attributes that we normally use for this A tag is called href. So inside this href, this is where we put the link of the page. Let me create another file now. Let's say home.html. And I just want to link this index page to the home page. So since it is inside this same folder, I can just write home.html. As you can see, it has bring it out for me. And another thing that we can do, we can just type dot, then slash, then it will bring out all the files that is present right inside this folder. Then we can now scroll to pick the one that we want. So let me quickly write something here. Now, if you want to start off, you can use the just type shift and the exclamation mark. So it will bring out like the boilerplate that I talked of. Now the boilerplate is just the basic structure that every web page has to follow, which is from the doc type to the HTML to the head tag, then the body tag. So let me just write something here. This is our page. So I will save this one. I will save this one as well. So now I will now refresh this page. Okay. I need to put something inside this H tag. Yes. So let me now refresh. Okay. As you can see, this home, if I click on it, it will take us to that particular home file that we created then. This is our home page. Are you still seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Yes, mom.
Okay. Okay. So we have the images tag too. So this image tag, it is self-closing. We have some tags that you do not necessarily have to put the end tag. So okay, so for image tag, we normally use IMG. So, and we have the source attributes, then we have the alt, which means alternative. Now, as you can see that whenever I try to hover on these attributes, it will bring out more information on it. So that is why this VS Code is very, very good. So now, inside this source, the value will be the link to the image that you want to show right inside there. And for the image to show properly, you need to get the right link to the image. And so what we normally do is to create image folder. Just like I have done here. Then inside this image folder, you can just right click. Okay, so you will bring all your images, all the images that you want to use inside the image folder. So let me just copy this ones here. Let's see. Yeah. So as you can see that the images, they are already inside there. So we can use that same trick to get to where our image is by dots, then slash, then it will show. Then we can scroll and pick the image that we want to use. Then inside there, we normally add these alt attributes in case this our image did not display well. So this one will tell the user what we actually want them to see. So let me just say user image. Then let me save. So we are actually in the index page now, index.html. So as you can see that the image is now showing here. So the image is showing right beside our link. This link, because it is an inline element. There is what we call the block element and the inline and the inline one. So for block, it will take 100% width of our page, just like the H1 tag. H1 is a block element, P as well, but this is our A tag, which is link, and this image too. They are inline elements. So, okay. Now, seeing this heading one, as you can see, that this heading two, it is underneath it, not right beside this, like this link and the image one. So the P tag 2, it is also a block like BLOCK elements, which means that it will take all the width that it can take, and it will not allow any other elements beside it. But the inline ones, they will only take the space that is available for them. So let's see other elements too. We have the list. There's what we call list. So we have ordered list. We have another list. So for ordered list, right. that list starts with OL, which simply means ordered list. Then inside it, we have what we call LI. So this is where we can list all the elements that we want here. So let's say this is the first one. This is the second one. So we can have as many elements as we want, and it will come out in an orderly way. So if I refresh my browser now, as you can see, it is showing here as 1, 2, 3. But for that one, it will not show this all in 1, 2, 3. So we normally use the UL for the on that listen. But it is still the LI. Let me keep up. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Like, but ma, I'm not getting the whole thing again, ma.
What did you say, please? Hello?
Ma, I can see the screen, but I'm not getting the whole illustration that you're making.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What I'm actually trying to do is to build a web page with HTML only.
Okay.
So, but where did you not get? Is it from the start point, or so? Like I just want to know where to start from now.
Ma, can you just do a brief summary of everything you've been explaining, ma, please?
Okay.
Yes, ma. Thank you.
Okay, now, if you want to build any website page, the first thing is the HTML, and there's a structure that HTML normally takes, which is from the from this first line.
Thank you, ma.
And this one is normally tells us the type of document, and this is why HTML is written here so as to tell the browser that what we are writing now is HTML, because we have other languages too, like XHTML, and this HTML comes with we have the version 1, 2, 3, but the recent one is 5. And for version 5, this is normally it. After the language, then we have what we call the HTML tag, because HTML is just composition of elements, and elements is just from the beginning of a tag to the end of a tag, including the content. So everything that we are writing here is, we are basically writing elements. So
Okay, ma'am.
the first one is called the HTML element, and inside it is every other thing that you want your user to see on the browser. So
Okay, ma'am.
we have the head tag immediately after it, and inside the head tag is the information about this your website. It will not show on the page, but it is like the information that will pass across to the web browser. And we have the title page, the head tag, and we have the meta tag as well, which I have not talked on for now, since I just want to bring out just the basics for now. And inside the head tag, we have what we call the link tag. So then now after the head tag is what we call the body tag. Like every of your web page, it must follow this format. So now after the head, we have the body tag. So it is inside this body tag that you will write everything that the user will see. Because okay, so inside this is where you write everything that the user can see and interact with. Now, we have different elements, and these elements you must arrange them from like one line after the other, because the browser will read our codes line by line. So I talked of the heading tag, which is H1, H2, H3, and H4, H5 to H6. And whenever you open any tag, you must use this. Like every tag has a clone tag. Yes. So after the edit tag, I now talk about the P tag. It contains all the paragraphs that you want to show. Then I also talk about the tag, which is link, like links your page with other page, either this folder, like in your current folder, or to another website. Then I now talk about the image too, which is MG, and that was where I talked of blog and inline in ones. You know, I said earlier that every time you open, you must close. But
Yeah.
so close like this, we have other ones too, like the break tag, which is BR, then we have HR too, and we still have more. Those ones, they are the self-closing tag. So, and for the block elements, those are the ones that will always take the full width on your web page, like the heading tags now. This heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, 4, and the P tag. They are block elements, but the inline ones, they are the ones that we only take the available space, like just the space that is sufficient for them, right on the web page, just like this home link and the image tag too. So, and I talked the listing elements too. And I said we have the ordered list and the unordered ones. So the one with the OOL is known as the ordered list, and the one with the UL tag is known as the unordered list. Like ordered list means that we have like 1, 2, 3, or any other counting figures. Then I also talked about the attributes. So I said attributes, it talks more about these elements. It gives you more information about each of those elements. So we have so many. We have the href, we have the source, we have the alt, we have width, we have height, like this image one. I can add width attribute and as well height. So let's say like 400 pixel. So the pixel is just like the unit of measurement. So let me say 500 pixel. So let me save. And now refresh the page. As we can see that now the image is much more bigger, unlike the before, because we give it the width and height attributes.
Ma.
Okay.
Sorry, okay.
Ma. Hello, ma.
I can hear you.
Okay, ma. Does the attribute only work for images? Just image?
No. It
Okay.
works for each of the elements, like every element have their own attributes. Like this A tag now, it has the href. But the thing is, there are some attributes that if you use on other ones, it's like it will not work. Like now, this IMG tag normally uses alt, which means alternative. Now, if you try to add this now to this A tag, it is useless, because this alt is only describing the alternative to this image. In case this image did not show, maybe the web browser does not load, or something just happens that this image did not show, then this auth will show. Okay, let me just try and remove these ones now. Now, this image, it will not show, but this auth, it will show. So let me now refresh. Okay, can you see? Now, instead of this image to show, we have the alternative showing here, which we normally put there, and it is the description of the image that we are trying to show.
Okay,
so every element have their own, they have their own attributes. Now, like this OL now, it has 5 attributes. So let me just say I don't want 1, 2, 3. I can just put what I want to show. It can be 1, 2, 3. It can be A. It can be Roman figures as well. So if I save this page now, and okay, now we can see that it is showing A, B, C instead of 1, 2, 3 that it was showing before. So attributes just tells you more about it tells you more about the elements. So can we move on now? Hello. Hello. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can, ma'am.
Okay. So let me just talk a brief more about the table elements and the form elements. So table. So for the table elements, it is just our normal table tag. That is how we represent it too. Most of the programming languages still make use of our normal English, which makes it easier for us. So now inside the table tag, we have the rows and columns. So the table helps us to arrange the data in rows and columns. So we have the TR, which is the table row. So immediately after the opening table tag is the TR, which stands for table row. Now, inside this table row, that is where each columns will be. But instead of TC, we normally use TD, which means table data. So inside this is where we can now put our data. Now, inside this, inside the TTR, we can have the heads, which is normally TH. It is still inside the TR. So let's say head 1, then we can duplicate it. So this simply means that we have 3 columns. Head 2, head 3. So now, but inside the body of the table, now we have TD instead of TH. So let's say column 1. Oh, column 1. Let me just duplicate this to three times. Column 2. Column 3. So
sorry, do you press Control to duplicate?
Control Shift, then the down arrow key.
Okay.
Control Shift, then the down arrow key. So if you now save it now, and you refresh, so this is it here. As you can see that the head, it is bold than the body of the table. So we will still talk more on this. Let's now move to form.
Sorry, I want to ask another question.
Okay.
Now, after working on VS Studio, like after writing the code, you check on that the other stuff you open where I can see introduction. How did you get to that point from VS Studio? Did you open another what's it called? Do you open a website to check that?
Yes. This place, right?
Yes.
Yes. Like you will normally run your code inside your web browser. Just like me, like now, if I type google.com, it will bring out their page.
Yes.
So now, if you write your own code, but now it is still on your local, like it is still locally.
Okay.
So the way you will run your own on the web browser, you can just come here and right-click it and copy the path. You will need to get the path to this file.
Okay. Okay.
So you will copy it. Then you will now go to your web browser.
Okay.
Then you now place it inside this place.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is how you will run it. And there are also some extensions that you can install on VS Code.
Okay.
Now, just at this left side now. Okay.
Okay.
So we have what we call live server. So you can just click here. Just type live server. It will live server. So it will bring it out and you can install it.
Okay.
So I have this one installed now. So instead of you going all through copying the path, going to the browser, you will just right-click here. Then you will click on open with live server.
Okay.
So it will open it up for you with your browser.
Okay.
Then you must always remember to save, because you might not save and be expecting changes on the web browser, and you will now be like, what is like, you didn't get it, or but it might have been because you have not saved it. So
the saving is normal Control S, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Control S. So, and if you are not opening it with the live server, then you will always need to refresh.
Okay.
You can, yeah, so you will only need to refresh it here, or you just press the F5 key.
Okay.
So that the new changes will come up.
Okay.
So now we normally use form to get data from users. So inside the form tag, we have what we call input. Input 2 is self-closing. Just like I said, that there are some tags that you will need to close, but there are some that are self-closing. Like I don't have to now put slash input for this one now. So if you go through W3 school, you will be able to read through it and understand it well. So we will still come back to this form tag. Then Okay, we've talked about block. Okay, so now there is what we call formatting elements. So these ones, they help you to format the text, just like our normal word processor that you can use bold, like italics and all those things. So the first one that I will talk of now is the B tag. So it makes the text to be bold. B means bold. So let's hello world. Interest. Then you will now go to the browser and refresh. I just increase my screen so that you'll be able to see